So pre-disaster, we've got a context where family violence has always been in the shadows, behind closed doors, and slowly but surely that's been brought out. And it's a really awkward question to actually start putting on the table and start breaking down and finding causes, and then cleaning up the mess, that comes from family violence, particularly male perpetrated family violence. Yeah. So we bring in the disaster, and what can happen is we go, these poor men, look what they've had to bear and carry. And so let's give them some space. Let's give them, that's because of that. It's because that they were in trauma. It was because they saw such horrific acts, deeds and the aftermath. Well, no, that's there. But what was prevalent beforehand was the same issues. It's just what's happened is it's almost like the fires of '09 sort of cleared away stuff as well, and it became more evident, so to speak. But what was very clearly shown was, my experience was, it wasn't talked about. So we've got people turning up into different agencies going, this is what's going on, this is what's going on, and very much crisis, stuff. But the question was never asked. So where are you at in your relationship? How strong do you feel supported? Are you safe? Like, what's going on? Now, for me, the great learner that came from that disaster was that agencies are more aware that those sort of questions need to be asked early, during, and later. There needs to be a constant conversation in regards to, do you feel safe? Do you feel respected? Is your relationship the same as it was, or later, or better, or worse? And what ways, what tangible ways can you see it? And break it down into very simple structured ways. When you have trauma, we all reduce our capacity to function. And so make it clear, make it concise, make it concrete. Do you feel safe? And if not, where does that unsafeness come from? Is it because of the situation, or is it something more closer to home? So without naming it, just start that conversation and allow that person some space to actually come into it. Yeah. Do I feel as if personally that there was some minimisation and some colluding? I think so. How come? I don't want to make that statement because it may not be true, but the reality is most of the services are run by men.